In this tutorial I will show how to set these presentation views up by just copying these that's already made and show how fast this can be done. Of course it takes time to set up first time, but in this example I will show how to do it again for different mask concepts. So I will start by creating a new sheet. Right click on sheet in the project browser, select that sheet that is called with presentation frames, open it, and here we can see there is predefined some frames where we should put these different presentation views in. So back to the example here. On this view we have a isometric view, we have a perspective view from ground level that can be changed if we not can see the proposal right or the mask concept, and we have a drafting view with the energy column chart here, and we have a schedule. So I will start by just copying the two views. I don't need to copy the schedule in this case, these are already made. So I'll create or copy this isometric view by saying duplicate with detailing, and I will do the same with the perspective. Right click, say duplicate with detailing, and we can see the copies up here, and I will start by renaming them. So it should not be con for context, it should be V2 for concept 2 in this case, and rename the other one as well to V2 like this. And then I will go back to the sheet I just created as an example. Then I will drag these two views onto the sheet like this, and because I have the right size, because I've copied from the presentation of the context, it fit to these frames. So I use move so I can snap to the corners, and I can do that by having crop region made visible. Then I can snap to the frame on the sheet and remove the title for this viewport, and I will drag the perspective into the sheet as well and have it selected and use move, snap to the corner of the crop region here, so it's very fast to place it. Remove the title as well again, and then these two views have a view template. I can have them selected, both of them in the same time, press on view template in the properties, and I can have this duplicated so I use the same settings. The only thing I should change, that is the design option. So I will have it selected here and say duplicate. In this case I'm just calling it option 2. In here I change the overrides of design options, click on edit, and in this specific example I want to see mask concept 2, press OK, and if I just move this one we can see it will change these images. When I say apply, then we see mask concept 2. So this is one of the strengths with design options. Next step would be copying the drafting view with the energy column chart here. Right click, duplicate with detailing, very important because this column chart is a detail item, so if I don't copy with detailing it will not be copied. And the schedule we don't have to copy, we just take one of these that is already made. But I will just go up here under drafting views, finding the copy of this energy column chart and rename it to V2, the mask concept 2. Go back to the sheet, drag the column chart onto the sheet like here, and remove the title, and then I can snap to some points in this view here, and that is because I've created some reference planes within this drafting views that is aligned with the column chart here. So I'll move it up to the corner here, so I will have place it as I wanted to have. And then last I will drag a schedule onto this sheet, And this example is the mask concept 2, and I will drag the schedule on here. This one I cannot snap as well as I can do to some of these views here, so I have to do a little bit manually, have it selected and use move, and try to go as close as possible to the corner of this schedule here, and then place it in relation to the presentation frames here. And then I can make the columns a little bit wider so it will fit nicely to this line over here. So just little by little here, then it will be quite good around here, I think. Yeah, something like this. This can not be done that precise because we cannot edit the size, unfortunately. And for the chart here, I will go in and activate this chart to type in the energy. So I will select this detail item, and we will get the option of type in some values here. So let's say this proposal had 500 kilowatt per square meters, then I will type 500 in here, and if this was 1500, I will type it in there, and I can, oh, I did a mistake, the total should be 2000. Let us say that, based on bar value 1, that is the electricity, and the fuel, that's the second one, and this gives 2000, just as an example. And these numbers should be taken from the results and compare from the energy simulations. And to finish and get back to the sheet, I right click, deactivate view, and the last thing I'm missing, that is the headlines. So I go back to my other view, and I will copy these text boxes and say Control C and go back to the other view here, go to modify, click on the drop down menu of paste and say align to same place, and change the name here to mask concept or volumeforslag 1, and here we go. Here we have a nice presentation of this proposal 1. So here I've been showing how to copy and set up these views by duplicating existing views and type in this column chart here about the energy consumption for the different mask concepts and the schedule, so we can control and see if we have these 2000 square meters.